Hi everyone, Mr. Anwar again. In these next videos we're going to have a look at some image manipulation, and we'll be working with some of my favourite characters, comic book characters. But don't worry, you don't have to be a hero to do this. You can use these techniques with any image you like. Hope you enjoy. Hi, in this video we're going to look at some image manipulation skills, and we're not actually going to use a program, we're going to use a website. The website I've selected is pixlr.com/editor. It's a free website for you to use, and there are many others. Let's start up by opening an image that I've already saved from my computer. Here's my image. The first image manipulation skill I want to show you is something called polygon lasso. It allows you to select just part of an image. And let's say, for example, Iron Man over here and Captain America over here. Let's say I want Iron Man's face on Captain America's body. Well, let's do it. Let's zoom in a bit to Iron Man. And let's go ahead and select our lasso tool. At the top, you will see two types of lasso tool. A freeform lasso tool and the one that we want, polygon lasso tool. Now with polygon lasso tool, I will start drawing around Iron Man's head. But there is a problem. The polygon lasso only goes in a straight line. So you're just going to have to make little movements and click all the way along. The only other thing you must remember is that with polygon lasso, the first point and the last point must touch each other. And the smoother and slower you do this, the better the result. Now all I'll do is edit copy and then edit paste. And here I have a second Iron Man head. You will notice my original image is here. It's called background. My Iron Man head here is on layer 1. I'm now going to move him onto Captain America's body, but I want him to look the other way. So I'll make sure I have layer 1 selected. I make sure I have my head selected, and I'll go up to edit, free transform. And now I can just use these handles to flip his head around. I'll apply the changes. And let's zoom back out. The next tool we'll use is sometimes called the rubber stamp tool or sometimes called the clone stamp tool. In this program, it's called the clone stamp tool. The first thing I will do is make sure I'm working on the correct layer. I want to be working on background. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy 4 from here to where Hawkeye is standing. So I will click on the clone stamp icon. I will move over to 4. Press the Control key on your keyboard and you will see the icon change. I'll do that one more time. The regular icon where my mouse is. Press the Control key and you see it change. Click on 4's head. And now I can paint 4's body to where Hawkeye is. If you notice where 4 really is, you can still see my mouse moving. That's on the right hand side. On the left hand side is where I'm painting. So everywhere where I move on the right gets copied to where the left hand side is. And again, the slower you do this and the neater you do this, the much better result you will get. But for speed, we'll say that this guy is done. The next tool we'll use is to change color. Have a look at Captain America's shield. I'm not a big fan of the white. I'd rather it be a green. So I'll take my paintbrush. I'll maybe make my brush a little bit bigger. And I will select a green color. That seems about right. If I paint over Captain America's shield now, it doesn't look very beautiful. But if I change the opacity and then paint over his shield, the result I get is much better. And the more I paint over, the greener it becomes. And again, the slower you do this and the more careful you are, the better the result. But what if I want to change all of the colors? Well, there is a filter called hue, saturation, and lightness. Make sure you're working on the correct layer. Click on Adjustment, Hue, and Saturation. Hue means color temperature. Move it down, you get colder colors. Move it up, you get warmer colors. Saturation means how much color. A lot. And if you move it down, you get no color. Oh, black and white. You will notice Tony Stark's head is still in full color because we've only made the saturation change on our background layer. But for this example, we'll have a medium amount of color. And lightness just means how light your image is. If you want lots of light or no light. Again, you can see Tony Stark's head because we are still only working on our background layer. One of the best things about hue, saturation, and lightness is you can combine it with polygon lasso. So let's say I take this area here. There's my selection, adjustment, hue, saturation, and when I change the hue, only that selection changes. I can do the same again. I will take a completely different section. Adjustment, hue, saturation, and again, I can completely change how the image looks. You can even cross over some of the points. And there you have some really quick tricks for image manipulation.